What's good, fam? It's your boy Jorge. Welcome to another episode of Hanging with the Boys. Michael's in the studio.
In the studio.
Yeah.
Early even.
Yeah.
It's like I'm turning into an adult a little bit.
There we go.
No, I'm just getting busy this week. So you made the call.
Yep.
Executive decision.
Mm-hmm. That's good. I kind of like it when we switch it up a little bit.
Yeah. It's nice.
You know? Yeah.
The weekend's fresh in my mind, so I'll have more like communication. When we get to like Thursday, I start like, it starts going out the back.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Mm-hmm. Make sure if you're listening right now, if you're on Apple, go over and leave us a rating. Yeah. Leave us a comment, question. We'll answer it on the show. Anything like that. Spotify, YouTube, comments. We'll answer all your questions.
All of them.
We like those.
Yep.
One thing I like about the show, besides all the millions that we don't make,
yes,
is it's like a time capsule.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the internet will probably be around forever.
Oh yeah.
So
unfortunately,
like the stuff that we put out here, you know, is out there. So with that being said, I wanted to say, I want to dedicate this to my cousin passed away.
Oh, shit.
So this past weekend I was in Albuquerque for his funeral.
Ah, dang. Yeah. I know the Australians are going through the JAA stuff, so it's been a rough little stretch for sure.
Yeah. So it was tough. I do want to say shout out to my cousins. They're his brother. Mm-hmm. You know, he was 24. Mm. So one of my other cousins is 20, and then the other one's like 28.
Yeah.
Dude, they did a good job. They went up there during the service and said some words and stuff. And dude, I can't imagine.
I can never do that. Dude, like that's the hardest part. Like, you know, like doing Dang's funeral last year, like his sister's up there and she's balling and Kuzo and Cliffy. And I'm like, you guys have way bigger balls than me.
Yeah.
Like I'm a mess at those things, you know, it sucks. So
yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I was like right there and they're like, anyone else want to come up and stuff? And I'm like, I do, but I don't because I'm not like, I'm getting teared up.
Yeah. For one, I'm not even a good public speaker like at a normal function. And then you like add all those like feelings and emotions and shit. Yeah. It's tough, dude. Freaking life is weird, man.
Yeah.
My grandma just ended up in the hospital again.
Really?
Yeah. But it's weird because there's nothing wrong with her. Like vital wise, she just like gets like almost like a little like, almost like a mini stroke. You know, like it's like her brain zaps for a second and like she kind of doesn't know where she's at. And like, I guess she fell down and like got a big old black eye. So I was like in Utah this week and I get that call. I'm like, Jesus, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. I've always said, dude, the second part of life is, I think, harder.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, after like stuff like this, you do stop to think and, you know, our first part of life is it's like ripping and having fun and everything. And then our second part of the life, it's like people just start dying.
Everyone's older, you know, like I always worry about my parents. I mean, they're in their 60s. They're still relatively young, you know, but this is the age where, you know, random like doctor visits are going to start popping up or something's going on. It's like, damn, dude. It's like, and even with me, it's like I look in the mirror now, dude, I'm all bagged out and wrinkled. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. And like, even like, our friends are getting older. We have friends that pass away. You know, my cousin, he rode street bikes and some chick pulled out in front of him and he T-boned her and, you know, went flying. Yeah. So, dude, the chick left the scene.
Oh, shit.
But they caught her. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of witnesses and stuff. So it's like one of those things where you don't leave the scene because you did something right. Yeah. You know, you leave the scene because you did something wrong.
You were in the wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, not even in the wrong. Like if I did that, like I'd stop no matter what. But like say like maybe she was drinking. Yeah. Maybe she, you know, so stuff like that. So I know they did catch her and she did go to jail and bailed out or something like that. So I think there's still an investigation. Oh, yeah. So I, you know, it's not looking too good for her. Yeah. So,
which like, let's just say it was just a freak accident, no drinking, no nothing involved, you know, maybe just didn't see a stop sign or something like that. Sucks because now she lives with that the rest of her life. Yeah. You know, like our female ran over our buddy Freddie way back in like the 90s, like one of my first friends I ever lost. And it was an honest mistake. Freddie was kind of coming down and getting into a crosswalk on his mountain bike. And she just saw, it was like sunset and she saw a car and was just trying to beat the car and pull into the subdivision. And so she kind of gasped to beat the car and Freddie was right there and she got him. So it's like, that's an honest mistake. She was 18 probably. And now she lives with, you know, like you can't get that image out of your head once something like that happens. So
yeah. Well, I mean,
as long as it's an accident, you know, I mean, it still sucks. But yeah, if there's any kind of foul play, that's really That really sucks.
Yeah, so I think that might be the situation, but it was a shitty situation. Like I said, 24 years old. Mm-hmm. He has a 3-year-old and I think 1-year-old.
Yeah, that's hard leaving behind.
Fiance.
Yeah.
So 3 other brothers, family and everything. So it's hard, but
yeah.
I had to go and show my respects. Like that shit's hard.
Yeah.
I would rather just stay home, tell you the truth, because like for Dang's funeral, I didn't go.
Oh, I did.
Because I'm like that. Like people grieve in different ways,
right?
But like I can just be like, you know what, I have a little cry or whatever, and it is what it is. And then, but going to that stuff, I'm like, nah, I'm not the biggest fan. Posting about shit like you didn't know till right now.
Yeah,
like I don't talk about it, stuff like that. So. But I had to, and it was good seeing family I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one plus is like, because I'm with you. Like, I was leaving to Florida literally the next day after Dang's wedding. Mm-hmm. And I was like wishing it would have been that day. Because I'm not good at like, that's my last memory of Dang.
Yeah.
Or McNeil or, Freddie is like the funeral.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't like that. It's like I want my last memory to be when I talked to him or like, hung out with him or something. That's how I grieve, right? Like, I don't want to go there and like see everyone, his parents crying and like, I hate that.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah. So it's like, you just see all that. And that's like right now, like Dang's funeral sticks out in my mind more than my last time, like FaceTiming Dang, like when I think of Dang, I think of that day sitting there. But like you were saying, the one plus is, man, he had like 200 or 300 people there, like a lot of moto industry, like Ryan Morris, like Logan Darien, all these dudes I don't ever get to see no more.
Yeah.
So once we got past the initial speeches and all that, so it was cool, like shooting the shit with everyone. Like
seeing everyone. Yeah,
it brings everyone together. So I mean, I was glad I went, but shit, dude, I was literally trying to think of every excuse. I'm like, I don't like this stuff, dude.
Yeah, and then you feel like bad because it's almost like you're not showing your respect or whatever, but it's definitely not that. It's like what I'm saying is people grieve in different ways. Yeah. Like my mom and sister didn't go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It's weird and. I don't know. Like you never have an answer for that kind of stuff, like why it happens. And like, with 2 young kids and getting married and stuff, it's like, why did that have to happen then, But life's just funny like that, It's like I got super close with Freddie and honestly like Jeremy Lusk and then they passed away. Like I talked to Freddie the night before and we were like planning like or 2 nights before me. We were planning we were going to go to Turlock race. Like I remember the call like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
For as much as I forget stuff now, it's like those kind of like instances like stick out in my head, Remember hearing his voice and then it's like I'm sleeping, a couple days later, my mom comes flying in my room and tells me, I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's like me and Freddie were always close, but for some reason it was like this last like month of his life. We like really, closer, yeah. I know Bubs, everyone did, like, it was kind of cool. And, with Jeremy Lusk, like me and him kind of came up together and rode Burnett shows together and stuff. And then, he wins X Games. I got third at the one he won. And we just kind of started bonding a little bit. He was Metal Militia, dude. So like, obviously those were his boys, but like, as far as like out of our little Nevada group, like I really, got along with like Lusk and McNeil and them. And then it's like, now they're gone.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it, dude. Like, why does that shit happen? You know?
That Lusk thing was weird too. Like it's the same thing. Like, because I was always around and I met him and he was cool and stuff, like like never like a dick or nothing, but he did kind of have that image.
Oh yeah,
like
he was scary, dude.
Yeah, but I remember when we went to Switzerland,
yeah,
and so there was like a little stretch where like I got to like be around him a lot more, and he was like so cool, like super nice, like kind of went out of his way to be nice to me, and then he passed. And it's like, damn,
dude. And like Lusk was hard not to like because, like you said, he had the image and he wasn't a bullshitter.
Yeah.
Like one time me and Jones, like we hated one-handed landings on flips, right? Like it was dumb. Like you do no-hander, grab, land one-handed. Like it's so dumb. So me and Jones were just being haters. Like I think we were in actually Costa Rica where he passed. Not that event, but like a couple years before. And we're all sitting there talking and like the scores came in from like qualifying or something, and me and Jones all do, because Lusk did some one-handed landings, and we weren't directing at him, but we were just being dickheads. We're like, one-handed landing is so gay. How do you get more points for landing with one hand on the bars, And Lusk looked us dead in the eyes and called us straight out. He's like, you fucking pussies can do it too, If I'm getting a better score, why don't you fucking and yelled at us, and we're all, Jesus. But then 20 minutes later, we're bullshitting about going and having drinks afterward. It's like, I just love that about him, how he's such like a real dude. Like he's your good friend, but if you have anything to say, like, like one time he fucking asked a German what he was looking at or if he could help him. His dick was out.
Uh-huh.
We were pissing in the airport. And you know, in Europe, there's no privacy or no space. It's just urinals along the wall.
Yeah.
And like Lusk is here, like I'm a couple stalls down, we're pissing, like this like German dude walks in right next, like right in the middle of us. And he like keeps looking over at Lusk, and I see him, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And Lusk fucking comes out of the urinal, fucking schlong still hangs. Oh, dude, can I help you? Like, zips up and leaves them all. Shit, dude.
That almost happened to me at the airport this week.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
You get the screeny, like the little thing that scans you or whatever. So I got scanned, and then they pulled me aside, and the guy was all, hey, so we got some like hot areas in your crotch area.
It happened to me too 2 weeks ago.
Really? Yep. In your crotch area? Mm-hmm. And then
he was going like this.
And she's like, your watch. Or the guy said, your watch. I'm like, okay, I get that. Mm-hmm. And then so he's all, it's all right if I feel? I'm like, well, what choice do I have?
Yeah.
Fucking trying to get the pipe?
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, it was weird though, like my crotch area.
I know. And I mean, I get it. Like, you could hide shit there. Like, it makes sense.
But how do you get a hit? How do you get a read?
I don't know.
I get my watch like
maybe you got a big old hanger, dude. And he's like, I think we have a pipe in there, dude.
Something was going on in there. You know, it was weird.
No, it happened to me too. Yeah. I hate that shit. Yeah. It makes you feel uncomfortable, but
yeah. Well, you know, I hate to, start it out like that, but like I said, dude, I'm a sissy when it comes to like that kind of stuff. So I didn't get up and I didn't say nothing. And even when I talked to people there, like, I was like quiet.
Yeah.
That's not my thing. Like it's hard. So I wanted to say something at least.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you, dude. Like I said, it's weird because not the death part, right? But we just talked about this, how like influencers are like super good at talking, like to a camera, to their phone, whatever. And they're super awkward in person, like for the most part, And I'm the exact opposite. It's like I can talk to like at Benny's house this weekend, like I can talk to anybody and I'm fine there. But then it's like if I have to like do a speech or talk to a camera or something, I'm all like I had to present an award at like Trans World Awards. Dude, I couldn't sleep for like 3 days, shaking, like, and I have a card, like it's all I gotta do is read the card, dude. I'm like, holy shit, because it was all the moto industry. Yeah. Like I think I presented my best friend Barsha with like rookie of the year. Dude, and I walked out there and I just see this whole like ballroom and I'm like, God damn it, this sucks. Like,
Barsha was probably like, damn, that guy sucked.
Yeah. He was like 10 back then and we didn't have our Instagram feud yet, so.
Oh, you guys got a beef?
Oh yeah, dude.
You and Barsha?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Not like it's just Instagram beef. It's like you and Stuart.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So
well, let's get into it when we talk about moto, because there's some stuff I want to talk about that.
Okay, because I didn't watch any of it.
Okay.
Like not a lap of it. I don't even know who won.
Yeah.
Not because I'm hating. We were at Benny's house, like barbecuing and stuff.
So, being out there, I got to hang out with my uncle, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Not his dad, but like the brother, my other uncle. That's the brother.
Yeah.
He took me to a barbecue place.
Oh, sick,
dude.
Good.
What I realized is, because I've been to a few barbecues. I mean, I've done like Kansas City barbecue there, and what other barbecues? I think I had it when we were in Dallas before.
Good spot for it.
So I think, but for sure, I remember hitting the two, like, you know how there's the two like famous ones in Kansas City that like everyone talks about?
I think so, yeah.
So I know I've hit those two before. So, but what I realized, dude, is like, it doesn't matter what barbecue stuff is there. Like, I'm a rib dude.
Yeah. Oh, dude, how can you not? Ribs are so good.
And it's funny, because people like love, like barbecue chicken or brisket and stuff. So at this place was legit. Like, it was like, we got in there at a decent, like right after the funeral, like maybe 7:00 we got in there.
Yeah.
Dude, by 7:30 it was packed.
Oh, I bet.
Like line out the door, like type stuff, it was, and they just like do the plates were like a piece of paper.
Yeah.
They just give you
some
like
butcher paper.
Butcher paper to put. So we got brisket, chicken, some like jalapeno sausage stuff, and then the ribs. I didn't try the jalapeno thing, but I did the brisket. It was good. Yeah. Obviously, but I guarantee you other people are like, dude, that's the best brisket ever.
Right.
It was good.
Yeah.
The chicken, dude, so nice and tender.
Yeah.
Like perfect. Ribs, damn, so good.
So good, dude. Yeah.
So I realized like I'm just like when it comes to like that kind of stuff, it doesn't matter what, like if the other stuff is that great, but just the ribs are always the best to me. And the sauce.
Yeah.
I'm a big sauce guy.
A huge sauce guy. Yeah. We actually went down to Sonny's down here in Gardnerville barbecue place where like two guys from Italy was, Woodette's. And I've heard like, I didn't eat there, right?
Okay.
But where I'm going with this is like, I heard they had good beers, and Bubs had to get like his oil changed in his truck. So we always just do that, like pick him up and buy each other a beer for having a road trip back and forth, And Zevi claims like their draft Coors Lights are the best. They were ice cold. Like just a shade under Twin Peaks ice cold, but like really good. But dude, they had a whole table of like all their own sauces. So we were like doing little finger tests. I'm like, I could probably, even if the food's not good, if the sauce is good, I'll lather it up.
I got beef with them, dude.
Yeah. Everyone does.
I don't even want to mention like what I got, like a dessert once there. Dude, I asked the chick, like, did you throw up on the plate and give it to me? Like, take this back. I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, 'cause I don't want to be a dick.
Yeah.
But I do want to be a dick.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, hey, it's cool. I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter, but take this away.
Yeah.
Like, I want to let them know that, like, I'm very upset about it. Satisfied.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not a dick where I'm trying to get like a free meal or something. Right. So like, just get this shit out of my face.
Get it out of here. Yeah.
Understand that I'm not happy with you, but I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
But they took it off the thing, so that was good. But so anyways, I wanted to get into that because I know you had a big weekend going somewhere. Huge where weekend, it was barbecue. You probably got the meat sweat still.
I don't feel good, honestly. My stomach is still so bloated, dude. So we went down to Benny's house, Kendrick Barbecue, big Traeger guy. It was his wife's 50th. And I'm thinking like our birthdays, like people show up here and there. We cook, whatever. Dude, the whole living room was a Step Brothers theme, which was cool. So they had like boats and hose banners, like, dude, balloon, like he went all out, like made a balloon wall with like a ice sculpture number 50.
And this was a 50th. So
50th. Yeah. So, so like he went all out for her, which was awesome, and we get there and like, because it was a rough start, like, 2 o'clock, let's say. So like 2 comes, and there's like 4 or 5 people. I'm like, this is nice, dude, having some beers. Dude, by like 5 o'clock, I think 90% of Salt Lake was there.
Really?
Yeah. Me and Zevi were out deep in the backyard just hanging out because we didn't really know anyone, besides.
Dude, the smell alone probably just brought people.
I think the neighbors came over. Yeah. So we started adding up because there was a lot of people there. But dude, we had, like, he catered for 200 people.
Yeah.
Like he had 4 pork butts that he smoked for pulled pork. We had like 40 pounds of chicken thighs, 2 briskets. They made ground beef because it was going to be a nacho bar, right? So chips, cheese, all that. And then you just put your meat on there. Dude, we can't, like it was 100 pounds of meat, basically. I'm like, Jesus, dude. But like his brisket, like it was cool because I've never put 2 and 2 together. But like when I did a brisket, I cut it and ate it like that. I'm like, it's good, but it's not like my favorite cut of meat because it's so big, right? That like you get like the seasoning around it, obviously, but like the middle just tastes like meat.
Yeah.
Like steak has like a flavor to me. Brisket's kind of just like a meat. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But he starts cutting it up and he's like, well, this is for nachos, dude. So he just grabs it and just starts shredding it. So it becomes, and like
the brisket.
The brisket. The whole pan is like the juices. So he throws it all back in there. Dude, that shit was gone in like hour maybe. 2 big ass briskets. I'm like, damn, dude. The chicken, the pork, the ground beef, we had about 80 pounds of it left still. So we were eating that, but everything was so good. And I said on the podcast before, it's like weird because he's a very delicate cook. Like it's kind of like I get in there and just start hammering shit out.
Oh, yeah.
Like mess everything up. I don't care about presentation. Like, dude, he's just so like by the book. He started at like 7 o'clock Friday night. Slept on the couch, was getting up at like 4 in the morning to like go check everything and keep the grills. I'm like, Jesus, dude, like this dude, you can see why he gets paid to cook,
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
I'd set an alarm and just wake up and hope it's still going,
Yeah.
So the food was amazing. Obviously, we picked on it pretty much till about midnight, all hammered up. The 50th went well. She had a great time. We had to have done about 80 shots out of the little ice luge thing. Yeah. So I was pretty hammered, needless to say. And then Sunday was kind of nice because we just got to chill out with just a handful of people. A couple of Benny's friends that came in from Long Beach. They were awesome. So kind of sat on the couch. We had golf on. We were doing YouTube music videos, ripped a bunch of beers. And then I went to my first Korean barbecue place.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good, huh?
And I was bitching and moaning because it was the guests wanted to go to it. Like the wife really likes it. And I guess there's a good spot there. Dude, but I put away most of the food that Saturday night all hammered. I'm like, dude, we have literally 8-gallon Ziploc bags full of meats. We have 18 bags of chips because Benny was going to Dallas this week. So it's like, dude, you guys, we're just wasting money. We have 90 beers in the cooler right here. So we all kind of went back and forth and I got outnumbered. But I'm just thinking from like the logical standpoint. Like I would hate to have all that in my fridge.
It's kind of like a party though.
Yeah. I would hate to have all that in my fridge and like go out and eat, right? Like go out and eat like a week later or something. Yeah. But we ended up going and I had never done one of those or nothing. So dude, like we just ordered a bunch of stuff, started cooking. Actually, like the pork belly was like one of my favorites. It was so good. Like however they seasoned it, I don't know, but
I like the short ribs, whatever they call
them.
Yeah, those are good.
We got a couple of those, just like a variety pack, dude. But the only thing that was pissing me off is this one was like a little like stainless grill, not like the actual like wood. I guess some of them you go to, there's like actual flame on it, you know? Dude, and for some, like the first time we start cooking, dude, it's sizzling. Like we're searing up, like in a minute, we're plating up, you know? Dude, and this dude walks by and looks at us like a waiter and turns our thing like all the way down.
Oh, shit.
So we get all of our whole table. So we get the next order to me and Benny like throw like a piece of like thin, like, I mean, paper thin.
Yeah.
Dude, it's all, what the hell? Dude, so we reach back over and start cranking it up again. Like, what is this dickhead doing?
Yeah.
He was the only bar fight we got into, but yeah, it was awesome for a first experience. We ate, what I liked about it too is like compared to like a hibachi or something is we ate a ton, but I didn't walk out of there like wanting to puke.
Well, that's my grief with it. It's that it kind of takes a little too long.
Yeah.
So like you do, and that's the point. Like you do have, it's like I don't know if it's like a Japanese thing where a family, like you sit there and talk forever.
Yeah.
Because the food does take a little while to cook sometimes. Yeah. You know, stuff like that. So that's kind of like my only thing against it.
Well, you know, that's like Asian history though, right?
Yeah.
Is they want to eat slow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because they say like the faster you eat, like the harder it is on your digestion. Like if you just pig out, like eat super fast and fill up, it's like really hard on your digestion.
Well, also, it says that it takes your body 20 minutes to realize that you're full.
Yeah.
So you could be eating for an hour.
Yeah.
20 minutes later, you're like, oh my God, I'm so full.
I've done it. It hurts.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So that's why they're a bit thinner than us Americans here. But I'm glad. There's a place in Sacramento.
You've told me about that. Yeah.
So if you ever in the area, let me know and I'll tell you where it's at.
Yep.
And there's a place in Reno that I actually had once. So I have been wanting to go again. So I'm gonna have to check it out again to see if it's still legit. Yeah,
it was good. Like all the meats we had were good, but like I'm a huge like rice guy. Like I love it hibachi, like getting the rice with like that what yum sauce, whatever they call it, like that stuff all over it. So they have like a couple like chili oils and like celery salt type seasoning. So I made my rice just like all that.
You know what I like? I like because you can get the like pot stickers or like that kind of. Those are usually like so good. Yeah. So like getting that, they bring it obviously cooked from the kitchen, and then you have your meats and the veggies that you can cook in front. So if you get that, you know, snack on that a little bit, and then you're cooking your stuff. Dude. Yeah.
So it was they had like a cucumber salad like in a soy sauce dude. All of it was good. I'm stoked I went. Like I said, I was just thinking more of like the logic. Like our dinner ended up being like $500. I'm like, well, Benny's got $1,000 sitting in his fridge. You know, like we're just wasting money here. But
the experience is probably like fun. More what they thought about.
It was just a small group of us. So to go out and like have a dinner all together, kind of get to spend time with Sassy, more like the wife, you know, because it was her weekend basically.
That's her name?
No, it's Carolyn. Oh. But we just call her Sassy. She's Sassy.
Oh. I have a friend that they have a dog named Sassy. So that was kind of weird when
you said that. So it was her weekend and she wanted to go out. The kids wanted to go out. So it was fine. Like, I mean, because it wasn't my money or food in the fridge, but I was just thinking like, damn, dude, we like.
How many kids does he have? 2?
2. Yeah, 2.
Did they live with him?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you know, they'll be able to eat a little bit.
Hopefully. But
yeah, that's a lot of food.
It was he sent like almost all of it home with us.
Oh, yeah?
I'm like, oh my God, dude. Because he was leaving and his kids don't really eat his barbecue a whole lot. It's kind of weird.
That's funny.
Don't ask me why. Yeah, they're kind of, they do their own thing. They're older too. They're not like young where he's got to like feed them, you know. So they go to work and they just eat it, grab something while they're out. And then dude, the highlight for me, other than hanging out with them, is they have a place called Harmon's. Like the one thing I miss about Vegas is Benny's house is like right here, and then there's like everything within 5 minutes.
Yeah,
like we hit Cafe Rio, like one of my favorite burrito spots. But there's a Harmon's grocery store, and it's like it's like a Whole Foods, but like a local family owned one.
Okay.
Right. So good meats.
But is that most places or just there?
I think it's just in Salt Lake.
Oh, okay.
I think it's, So their butcher is like amazing. They had tomahawks there for like $50. Damn. Right. So me and Zebby get all buzzed up, and because the party wasn't until like 2 or 3 and we had already had beers at like 9. I'm like, dude, we might need to get something to eat. So we went to Cafe Rio and I'm like, dude, let's go get tomahawks because I've never gotten to cook one, you know? Dude, so we went there and got 4 of them, 2 each. Massive, dude. They're like that long. Dude, the meat's like that big on them. Yeah. $100 for 2 of them.
Damn.
Yeah, and the only one I've ever seen in a store, not even around here, I don't think, was like $160 for one.
Yeah.
So we bought those, and then we were trying to figure out how to like wrap them and like keep them all cool. So we were stoked on that.
You brought them here?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna probably make it tonight.
I'm coming over tonight.
Yeah, you might have to. I'll show it to you after the pod. I had to like, because they were together, and I wanted to freeze one, obviously. So I didn't know what to do. So I like wrapped it in a bunch of like saran wrap and aluminum foil.
Yeah.
Because there's like no packaging you can like put on it, you know. But yeah, so we were freaking so stoked on that. So Zevi went back to work today, and he's like stoked. He's gonna cook the freaking base, like all the leftovers we had, and then he's making us tomahawk for like him and a couple of his boys. I'm like, dude, we talked about it all the way home.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I wish we had like I said, the one thing I miss about Vegas is like here we don't have a whole lot. Like you got like Rayleigh's and Trader Joe's, you know, like, and they don't carry a lot of like unique stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So because there was 3 tomahawks in the cooler right there. And we were told the dude we wanted 4. He's like, oh, no worries. Goes into the freezer and comes back and he has the whole rack. Man. Dude, just chopped one off for Zevi, like filleted all nice. Like there's like barely any fat on it. It's like pure steak. Like ribeyes usually like at Rayleigh's have a big old fat ring on them, you know? So I'm excited.
Maybe I'll stop by when I'm down in Utah later this year.
Yeah. Look for
Harmon's. Because I'll probably have to drive through there anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to Harmon's, dude. Dude, they have all the yerbas you could look for. Because I always buy them at Maverick because I like, you know, I want to have them in the mornings. And then I get there, I'm like, damn it, I forgot they carry them. So they've got like all your like health drinks right next to the beers, right? So Coors Light, yerba went perfect for me. And they just have a bunch like good like homemade spaghetti sauces, like everything. Like I could spend $1,000 in there. Yeah. Like if I lived there, you know, like no problem. So I like that. I liked my Cafe Rio. That was about it for Utah. It was fun.
And he lives in Salt Lake.
Yeah. It's called South Jordan, but it's just Salt Lake suburb.
Yeah.
It's like Henderson in Vegas, basically,
okay,
you know? So I think he's like 20 minutes from the airport and all that. So yeah, he upgraded his house. Like the last time we went there, he had one house and this house is way now. It's like brand new, like big old basement, you know, big loft, everything. So it was fun, man. It's just fun watching him cook. Cause I always tell him like, cause the other dude that from Long Beach that came in, Anthony, he's getting into cooking as well. And he's like a super good like videographer. So he's like stoked on like learning how to cook to get like shot, like make a video out of it, you know? So it's fun like sitting there having beers with them before everyone got there and just picking their brains. Like, what should I film this on? And, you know, like, how long did you let that sit? Or, you know, this and that. Like, I just like that because I'm like constantly learning, even though I'm not Instagram guy and stuff. It's like if I throw a party for all of us, it's like I want to like take Benny's stuff and transfer it into like my own stuff. And
you probably should throw a party for all of us.
I can do that anytime, dude.
Just because.
Yeah. Long drinks.
Nah.
No.
But my question is, what was your favorite thing, food wise, of the whole weekend?
Probably the brisket.
The brisket.
Because I've done like I use Benny's methods pretty much on everything. So like the pulled pork was super good. The chicken was amazing. Like they smoked it for probably like 30-40 minutes and then chopped it all up and flat topped it, so it like charred it up.
Yeah.
But I don't get to have brisket all the time. And then like I said, once he started shredding it, so before everyone got there, we were all getting a little hungry again, and they had like those little street taco shells.
Yeah.
And that Anthony dude's all, dude, should we make a couple tacos? I'm like, yeah. So all he did was just tortillas on the flat rock, cheese, brisket, and then we'd pull them off and eat them. I'm like, dude, those are no toppings, no sour cream, nothing. It was just that because we were outside and we didn't want to like have people inside be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So yeah, it like motivated me to do a brisket because like shred it up. Like I started thinking of like tater tots or, you know, loaded French fry, you know, all this stuff you could do with shredded brisket. Because I always just picture like the slab. It's like I'm not going to throw a slab on a topping, you know. Yeah. So that we'll probably do that soon for a party.
Yeah,
you can come over with some long drinks.
Well, even if you don't invite me, I'm over here.
Yeah, so it was fun. Like I said, it's more about hanging out with them, you know. And like Zevi and Benny have the same birthday in September. Oh, so we might cruise back out there for that and just a low key party, just, you know, some close friends, because it was pretty like overwhelming Saturday. I don't know how Benny felt, but like 90% of like Traeger headquarters was there. You know?
It's the 50th, so yeah, to be expected.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it was hard for me and Zevi. Like I knew like 5 people there out of all, you know, like Jeremy, the head guy at Traeger. Got to shoot the shit with him for a minute, which was awesome. And But other than that, it's like I didn't really know a whole lot of people.
You should have told him, hey, you think this is good? Just wait till what I do on the Traeger. Oh, so then he'd be like, damn.
Yeah, right in front of Benny too. Well, he ain't got shit on me, dude.
Yeah. Dude, I will say, dude, Benny really, that's his name, right? Benny?
Yeah.
Benjamin?
Uh-huh.
Dude. What's his name? His, like, AKA?
Kendrick
Barbecue. That's his last name?
Yeah.
Dude, it should be Benny the Butcher.
Should be. Yeah.
Although that is a rapper. But I'm just saying.
We actually came up with kind of a funny name, All Hammered, because he put like the huge thing of queso in the crock pot.
Benny Queso?
No, close. But dude, like we like cooked all the meats and we were doing it. And we come in and the crock pot's still cold. Luckily, it's just cheese that needs to be heated up. Or all, what the hell? And he's like messing with us all, dude, I don't know. And we're all, well, you ain't no Benny Crocker, that's for sure. And all of us started laughing, dude. So dumb. Like,
dude, Benny Crocker's good.
Yeah. So we're all stick to the barbecue, dude. You don't know how to run the like electrical stuff inside.
Dude, speaking of good good nicknames, have you seen that like white nerdy dude that plays basketball in college?
I have not. I mean, dude, not a basketball.
I forget what team he plays for, but he kind of kills it. But he has like dark glasses, like big old frame glasses and everything. Tall dude. He looks out of shape.
Yeah.
Right. But I guess he's a baller. So they call him Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because he's white.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? Blurry Bird, maybe like Larry Bird, but blurry because he's like blind.
He's blind. Yeah.
Dude, so good.
Yeah. Dude, that's what I was telling my dad all the ones on duty. And that's some of the best things about duty.
Oh yeah.
Is like finding all the names, like the Martin Luther King one. And then, dude, I'm so bummed I never thought of this, but the Arm and Hammered one. I'm like, damn it, dude. That's so good.
Yeah, what's so funny is I was looking at like for my old hard drives for photos for my cousin and stuff. Yeah. So I came across like a lot of like photos I would take on my phone of the duty ones.
Yeah.
So good.
Dude, I have so many photos.
Cracking up.
Yeah.
It's like every time there's a good name in the chat, I'm all taking a photo of it.
Yeah, I have so many of those old photos.
Yeah.
People are creative, man. I'll give it to them.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, with names is tough. Well, you know what's tough is like everyone has it.
I know.
I'm like, dude, no one's going to have this. You type it in.
It's gone.
Username already taken. You're like, what?
Yeah. It's like, what the hell? I mean, there is like hundreds of millions of usernames out there. So
And people make thousands of accounts because they cheat on all of them.
Yeah, I know.
So they get banned and make another one.
Yeah. But even if like I'm just dumb because I'm doing like a fantasy golf, like a one and done league, and there's only 60 of us, right? And you can create your own username. And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna do something cool. Because there's some pretty funny ones that are like, you know.
It has to be golf related though?
No. Whatever you want.
No, I know, but I mean, like, since it is a golf thing, you kind of
were you
thinking more of golf?
Related? I was just thinking of something funny that when people saw, like, if I won, they're all, who the hell is so and so? You know, dude, I sat there forever, and I'm all in Mason 81. Good enough. That's all good.
Yeah.
You know, I can't like. It's the harder I think. Like, it has to come to me.
Yeah.
Like if I sit there and like sit down and think about it, like my mind goes blank. But if I'm like ripping beers and like we say Benny Crocker or something out of nowhere, I'm like, oh, dude, that's sick.
Yeah,
you know, like
that's kind of how I am too. I'm like super quick to do that, but then when you're thinking about it, you're like, nah, that's kind of lame.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, but you know, that's what fantasy football was cool when we had it. Because I think the last year I played, I was Supak Shakur.
Yeah.
The Dominic and Sue or whatever his name
Weren't
is.
you Gronk if you were horny too?
Gronk if you're horny.
Yeah, that one was good, dude. I like that one. Yeah, I suck. Like my duty name is still Vacuum Pump. And that's because we were talking about how small my weenie was, dude. And like I needed like a vacuum to like get it out.
Yeah.
And that was like 4 years ago, dude. And we laughed for like ever about it. Now I'm like, dude, I need to think of something cool.
Yeah, the one you had before was better.
Von Wolfhausen?
No. Oh yeah, you did have that. No, I need a BJ.
Oh yeah, that's still my PlayStation name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But like you can switch your actual duty like name, and I switched to Vacuum Pump.
Yeah, what was a Wolf Vonhausen one for?
Von Wolfhausen was from Beerfest. It's the family.
Oh, okay.
Like the elders, you know, like the Von Wolfhausens. And dude, I'm still super Beerfest. Obviously, I'm gonna be into it. A lot of good one-liners in there, but
can you explain to me?
Probably not.
Why the Falcons insist of messing with my life?
Why Kirk Cousins?
Yeah,
you don't like it?
Do you like it?
I
know you're not a Falcons fan, but
he's probably
think that's a smooth.
Yeah, I think he's probably one of the better options out there.
Dude, I would have taken Russell Westbrook.
Wilson?
Or yeah.
No.
Russell. Dude.
Hell no. Have you seen his last couple of years? Cousins is like leading the leagues in a lot of stats.
Yeah, but Cousins coming from a torn Achilles.
He is.
So we don't know. Obviously, they probably trained with him.
Mm-hmm.
They had him come out. They trained to see if how he's moving and stuff. Obviously, he passed.
Yeah.
To get a 4-year, $180 million,
mm-hmm.
including $100 million guaranteed.
Yeah. You watch, dude.
I mean, I hope so. But you know what happened is Matty Ice
mm-hmm.
supposedly aged out. They're like 34, he sucks.
Yeah.
33, whatever he is. Kirk Cousins, same age.
I'm gonna break that down though, because this is when I did watch football. Is Matt Ryan was never a great quarterback.
No,
ever.
He should have been clipped after your Patriots smoked them.
Yeah, like that year they went to the Super Bowl. And he did go to some playoffs here and there, but the dude always looked scared to me. Always, like in a playoff game. It was just and we say this all. I hate saying this because he's an NFL quarterback.
Yeah,
right. I'm not saying he's a piece of shit. He sucks. But he just never like when he had the ball in his hands, you never knew what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mahomes, the last drive of the Super Bowl, you're like, there's no way Mahomes is throwing this game away.
Right.
There's no way. Like you can feel it,
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Ryan, like you never felt that. 28-3 at halftime against the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I'm like, Matt Ryan's still the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Cousins, like statistically has been like one of the upper echelon quarterbacks through the years. You know? And, I mean, you can say he hasn't really done well in the playoffs, but if the Falcons can get a system around him, like I don't even know who their receivers are. Do they have anyone that's super good on offense right now?
No, they did.
As far as a weapon for like a tight end.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. So that's going to be the dude. Like Matt Ryan had like Julio Jones and Sanu and
dude
all like Devontae Freeman, the running. Like he had the offense. There's no way he shouldn't have been. Like that's going to be the question mark right now. And I feel like that with Rodgers in New York with
mm-hmm.
the Jets, it's like you're paying these dudes a lot of money. You should probably get whether it's the line fixed or like weapons, but sometimes these dudes make those weapons, right? Like Rodgers kind of made Devontae Adams like
mm-hmm.
a superstar. Cousins kind of put Jefferson on the map.
Yeah.
I mean, like these dudes are great receivers, but you have to have the quarterback thrown to him.
Yeah.
Like look at Devontae Adams now in Vegas. He's like non-existent because he doesn't have a damn quarterback to throw to him. So
yeah.
I see more pluses than negatives, I'll say.
Yeah.
Russell is not impressed. Like Russell had a good 3-year stretch right there, I think. But there's a reason why Seattle let him go. And then he goes to Denver and shits it. Like he doesn't even look like he ever could win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. I don't know.
Cousins, I think I like traditional quarterbacks more, obviously like Brady and Rodgers, so Cousins is going to be that.
I like that I do agree with. I like seasoned veteran.
Yeah.
So he's going to have that instead of, the quarterbacks that they did have.
Mm-hmm. And then watch, like, let's pay attention to the draft. Let's say the Falcons draft a quarterback early. Mm-hmm. That's perfect. Because now you got Cousins who can maybe go to the playoffs, maybe, go deep into the playoffs. And you've got him like Favre to Rodgersing, like raising this young quarterback.
Yeah.
You're not drafting a quarterback early and then throwing him right in the mix and being like, oh, he's terrible. He's gone now.
Yeah. Which what they did.
Yeah.
Like 2 years
Every
ago.
team does that, dude. It's like, that's just the go-to thing. So I like it.
Okay.
Let's let it ride out. Let's see how it goes. But if they don't put some stuff around him or if that D's not super stout, then they're still not like a playoff team. Yeah. I wouldn't think. I don't know. They're in an easy division though.
You would think. Dude, they played the Panthers twice this last year.
And, so we'll see.
They're hurting.
Yeah.
So, looking at the stuff, the free agency that's going on, obviously made me think like, man, I should have been a football player.
Mm-hmm.
All the money these guys are making. Saquon Barkley going to the Eagles, 3-year, $37 million contract. They say it could be worth at the end of the day up to $46 million, but that's with $26 million guaranteed upon signing. Yeah,
it's ridiculous, dude. When you just walked in, I was watching golf. Like this weekend's purse at the Players is $25 million.
That's all the players, not the.
It's the purse for the tournament.
Yeah.
Winner gets $4 or $5 million.
Fucking Barkley's getting Berkeley, whatever his name is getting
burnt tire.
26 just for signing.
I know. But dude, so this is where society is so dumb to me, right? Is they just rub it in our faces. Like we've always said, we watch sports to get away from politics or get away from, bullshit in the world. Like you watch your favorite football team on Sunday to forget about work, forget about the world, everything, right? Same with golf is like, I love watching golf, just like the way they navigate the course and come down the stretch, this and that. And when Live starts, right, all the PGA Tour guys are like, oh, well, it's obviously just for the money. They're making $500 million to golf, this and that, and they're starting to blow it out. And now you got Rory bitching that, he's only making $50 million a year on the PGA Tour, and you got Kirk Cousins, well, not bitching, but like they talk about it, right?
Yeah.
And what I love is that I'm not alone on this, because golf like is actually in a really bad spot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because us people that make 50, 70, 100 grand a year, we're sitting there watching these guys bitch about $180 million, to go play golf.
Yeah.
Well, some dude's putting on a roof in the middle of winter and making $20 an hour.
Yeah.
And like, it's so frustrating. I mean, like, good on them. Like, you're in the 1% of the talent in the world. Like, people probably said I'm an idiot for making money on a dirt bike. So that's where I get that. But I never wanted to flaunt it and be like, dude, I'm making so much money to ride.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like thankful that I got to do something I loved. And I pushed from a young age to get to do it, right? The money's the bonus. The money is
exactly.
I get to keep a roof over my head. That's sick. But to watch like the Live PGA thing and, everyone bitching about them going to Live just for the money. And now the PGA is signing a new deal with a company to get more money, and the NFL players like bitching about contracts and they want to be released and they want to be traded. And that, one quarterback's getting 180. How come I'm only getting 100? It's like, listen to you guys, dude.
Yeah.
You're getting to play a game for 4 months a year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a year-round job. You're taking care of your body and practicing and stuff, but it's like, you should feel so fortunate. Like, now, like, all this money is getting to everyone's head to where like they think they're entitled to it. Meanwhile, 99% of the world is sitting here watching these guys bitch while people are in credit card debt and, can't pay their mortgage and like getting laid off from jobs. And we're watching like these guys on TV talk about that. Yeah. It's like,
and then the most frustrating part is, so not so much about the Kirk Cousins, but like Saquon Barkley, you're getting paid this. And I'm not saying he's bitching that he needs more or whatever, but those type of guys are getting that. And then they play 2 games, they get hurt. Maybe not too hurt or whatever, and they're out for like the season or whatever. They come back, they don't even play. They're not even producing what $46 million should produce.
Right.
So me being a fan, I'm like, all right, Kirk Cousins is getting $106 million for the 4 years he's there. I expect some results.
I expect damn Super Bowl wins.
Yeah.
For $100 million.
At least one in the 4 years. At least one, right? In the 4 years. So he goes and shits the bed. And then it's like,
sick.
You were worth that, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't think that they think about that. And that's the problem. Because like, say like I was Saquon and I was getting that. I'm like, dude, I need to work my ass off. I need to take this team. I need to be like the biggest thing in the NFL.
Yeah.
Because of all this money they're paying me. But they don't think like that.
Dude, and I've said it since day one. Well, since day 2003. Is Ryan Hughes in 2003 signed that KTM deal. He like came back after a long layoff. Went to the lights class, signed a KTM deal, and I think it was all incentive based. Probably a little bit of a signing bonus, but everything that he made was based off that season.
Okay, so how he did,
yeah, and so like, dude, he came out of nowhere like in a later age, and he started like winning and getting top 3s, right? Because he's pushing to make that money. And I've said that since day one is like #1 draft pick, dude. Give him a small signing bonus so he can take care of himself. If he does get like $2 million, any human being can live off $2 million if you live right, right? Give this guy, because he is upper echelon in his sport, give him $2 million. But from there on out, I want to see what you do. I need to see you play. I need to see you earn this contract, right? I'm not to guarantee $70 million. And what if the Falcons go, like under 500 all 4 years he's playing?
Yeah.
You're like, Jesus, dude. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. For us fans, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
When we see that too. And the players don't see it that way.
No.
They see it like, I deserve more money. But it's like, okay, well, but I need the dedication too.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is like, if you look at when I loved football, like late 80s, early 90s, it was like a blue collar sport. Bunch of rugged dudes out there nailing each other, not making a whole lot,
Dude, what was the highest contract in the mid 90s, you think? 30 million?
No, probably not even that.
Not even that.
I'd bet
like the biggest one.
Yeah, I'd bet probably not even 10 million.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, right? Like, because I remember it probably right after like the Brady Super Bowl era, like 03, 04, like let's say like 06, 07. I remember Roethlisberger signing like a $70 million contract or something like that. And you're like, Jesus,
yeah,
70 mil. And then it's like now Aaron Rodgers is signing 100 mil, and now Baker Mayfield signing 130, and now Cousins is 180. It's like, Jesus,
damn,
dude.
Baker signed that just recent.
Yeah, that's something like that.
Yeah,
but it's like, I'm with you, and this is moto, basketball, everything. Like, it should all be incentive based to make these guys go out and try. Because like you said, it's annoying when dude's out for 6 games or something because he sprained his pinky. It's like, dude, I'm paying you a lot of money.
Yeah,
the franchise, like, Saquon's gonna be one of the faces of the franchise now.
Yeah,
that sucks if he doesn't play. Like, Cousins was the face of the Vikings basically, besides Jefferson, right? It's like, then Cousins got hurt for reals. That's terrible, but like sometimes you see these injuries where like they're on the sidelines just sitting there, nothing looks like, I get a hammy or something, that's fine, but I just feel like so many of these guys just pull the plug quick, especially if you're on the Giants and like your team's not doing nothing.
Dude, you're making so much money that it's like, why do I need to try?
Exactly. Yeah. And it drives me nuts, dude. Like, I got paid pretty good salary moto wise, like not a whole lot, but there was a reason why I rode 40 to 45 shows a year. Is like, for one, I thought I was making my sponsors proud because I'm not just sitting on the couch taking their check, only riding X Games, getting 8th at X Games, and they're like, sick. I was out there, I did every tour, go ride ramp to ramp in Sacramento for 2 weeks, at the fair. It's like, I just wanted to ride everything to like earn my keep and stack money.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I never wanted to be that guy that just sat around. So I guess I maybe look at it more of like the old school mentality, but
yeah, well, that's the thing. I think that's primarily what we are. We grew up in an era still where men were men.
Yeah, and that's why like I've taken a huge liking to like Scotty Scheffler. He's just a good old Texas boy. Like, he straight up said, like, they asked him about rec because he's number 1 in the world right now. He just won this weekend, but he is like, I think he still has the same house he bought. Like, it's not a mansion or nothing. The dude probably worth $70 million right now,
How'd your dude do?
Not good.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
He was on the first page of the leaderboard the first day. I'm like, oh, here we go. And then he shot like over par every day after that.
Oh, sick.
I mean, I still made the cut and got a couple bucks, but I'm terrible in that fantasy right now. So, but where I'm going with that, it's like, they ask him, they're like, oh, you got this money and you got like these records, like, Hall of Fame stuff. And he's like, if I'm being honest with you, 20 years from now, no one's even going to talk about me.
Yeah.
Like, besides Tiger, you don't really talk about golfers in 2010 or 2015, and he just, like, I love that outlook. It's like, he still has an older type of car, not older, but not something fancy. His house is the same. He got married to like his college, high school sweetheart, whatever. He's just like a normal dude. And he wants to go out there and just win the golf tournaments.
Yeah.
Right.
He wants to play.
Yeah. He's not like, Rory kind of gets under my skin a little bit sometimes because he's just like this, because golfers are nerds. Like, we're all nerds, right? We're not cool, but golfers are nerds. Like, if you look at Rory McIlroy in like 2008, you're all, dude, that guy is dying a virgin, 100%. And then
the only reason he hasn't is because he's a rich golfer.
Yeah. Now you put a couple $100 million in his bank account, dude, and he's just like super arrogant. Like there was a thing that the match was on a couple weeks ago, and like the reporter girl comes up and like pats him on the shoulder while she's asking the question. He like shrugged his shoulder. Yeah. Like, get off me,
If he was cool, he should have been on trying to get the pipe.
Yeah. What are you doing later?
Yeah.
But, it's just like, you can just see like just this little arrogance, and it's like, it sucks. Like, they always say like, oh, I'm in it for charity and I'm doing it for the little people. It's like, dude, I ain't going to give you the time of day. And I've said that with Taylor Swift's and Tom Brady, all these people. It's like, dude, they're up here, dude.
Yeah.
They don't care about what we're doing down here, so
absolutely not.
It's cool to see an athlete like, and that's why I did like Tom Brady though, is he was taking pay cuts for his team, and he's like, I make enough money, dude. Like, let's get this team. Mahomes is kind of the same. Scheffler. I love seeing those athletes a lot more than these ones that are guaranteed a shitload of money and don't do nothing.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, dude. Like, everyone says like, there's just so much money out there to make. And I'm just like, well, fuck,
Yeah.
But then you do see that kind of stuff. I'm like, I guess there really is, because these franchises and companies are just willing to throw money at like influencers, athletes and stuff. And it blows my mind.
Yeah.
But you seen your boy Brady lately? Shredded.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Looking good. Making a comeback to the Falcons.
Really?
I mean, I'd rather that.
Dude, you'd be so pissed. What if he sucked?
He wouldn't suck.
He wouldn't suck.
No. But I guess he looks all shredded. He's in better shape than when he was playing football.
So I still got hooked in because he's older than me.
Yeah.
I've got a little bit of a Brady bod going right now. But if I clean it up. Maybe I could.
Brady and
like his older bod.
Oh, dude, I guess he ran the 40 and he did better than in the combine.
Oh yeah, well that's where my Brady bod came from.
Yeah, the combine.
And the combine, like when he like had to take the pictures and his shirt, he was flab, dude. Mm-hmm. That's me. I'm gonna start eating some avocados, dude.
Yeah,
I think that's what he eats.
Avocado ice cream and pass.
Probably a lot of pasta, dude. Yeah.
Quality. Anyways, to end that one, what do you think about Saquon going to the Eagles though? Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, I like it because I always feel bad for a talent that's not on the right team.
Yeah.
Like Devontae Adams going to the Raiders, and the Raiders like are not very good. You know, it's like that's got to be frustrating because once again, you're probably taking the money because you're like, well, they're offering me $80 million, you know, and the Packers are offering me, you know, $35 million to stay here, but I could maybe win a title. It's like there's always that thing. So Saquon is like arguably one of the best running backs. He does get hurt a little bit, but can you imagine like the new life in him? Like
dude, Eagles, that and just having Hurts.
Him and Hurts are going to be, I think, a deadly combo.
Yeah,
because who do you cover and protect? You know, and so yeah, I do always like that. Like Josh Jacobs went to the Packers, the Raiders running back. You know that they could be a good team this year. They went to the playoffs. It's like
they're gonna be killing it too.
Yeah, you want to see that kind of stuff. You don't want to see this dude who's, you know, a number 1 draft pick sitting on a team that's winning 6 games a year. You know, it's like that sucks. So
well, certain teams are making the right moves while other ones are making the very wrong ones.
Yeah,
like the Panthers. Mm-hmm. I mean, they just want to be relegated down to high school. I think that's the word.
Yeah, I don't. Sometimes, like how we always talk about the NFL being rigged, it's like sometimes, dude, I wonder that if they pick the franchises who they want to be good, because there's no way you can be that terrible.
That's like exactly what I was thinking about the Falcons. I'm like,
like I looked because there's like a free agency tracker where everyone's going. The Cowboys have not done one thing, and they have like a pretty good mold going where they need certain things, and they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So unless they really know what they're doing in the draft, or they're kind of waiting to see, it's like they might want to step, because the way I look at it's like franchises have a window. Like look at the Patriots now. Brady leaves, dude, the whole team falls apart.
Yeah. But they're starting to make some moves too, it seems like.
They're so like that's what I'm saying with the windows. You're going to be good, and then you're probably going to suck, and then you're going to come back, right? So it's like I feel like the Cowboys are like on the brink, and they're not really doing nothing. It's like, dude, you could lose Dak next year, which people have their thoughts on Dak. I think he's a good quarterback, you know. And
send on the Falcons.
Yeah, maybe. Nah, he'd probably stay in division, freaking smoke him.
Yeah.
Who's in the Giants? Maybe. I don't know.
That'd be weird.
Yeah, so I don't know, dude. Free agency is more fun to me than the draft, because it's like Austin Eckler, Chargers like star running back. Yeah. He just went to like the
well, and we also know what those guys can do.
Yeah.
So like what we're saying right now is like Saquon going to the Eagles. We're like, dude, that's tremendous.
Yeah.
Like Saquon, and then you have Jalen Hurts, a mobile quarterback. So it's gonna be like the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
With Jackson and then all his running backs.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't run it, those guys run it and they kill it.
Yeah.
So they're getting those 5-10 yards every.
Yeah, you're chipping away. Like not every team has to be the 50-yard pass down the field guy. You know, it's like play to your strengths there, and I think that's where you can tell the Eagles are smart, is they know what they've got. Like Jalen can throw the ball, really good. You know, like Lamar's pretty good at it, but like Jalen's like a pretty good quarterback. But why not feed off his strengths as well? You know, and I think that's what happened to Lamar those first couple of years in Baltimore. Like he was doing good, but like couldn't get to the next step. And I think the offensive coordinator wanted him to be a pocket passer, and that's not who he is.
Right.
So it's like you fire that dude and you get this dude in here to mold him to a system, right? And then you're using all his strengths, and then the defense doesn't know what's going on. So as long as Saquon stays healthy, I think the Eagles are going to be pretty potent. I mean, they already are.
Yeah.
But, you know, now you add that, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So I was going to say danger zone Deegan, not making any friends. But if you didn't watch the race this past weekend, I barely watched it. I was so tired from traveling and stuff. So I just watched like some highlights and stuff. But yeah, he's not making any friends, dude. Nah. He's kind of being a little dickhead.
Yeah. What do you do?
So, you know, I know he's like 16, 17 years old and stuff. So I get it. But at the same time, he's coming off like a little entitled, you know, stuff like that. I watched his video that they posted last night, and in it, he kind of addressed some things, but not too much. He just said like, you know, I'm learning. I ride with a lot of passion and stuff. And it's like, I understand the riding with passion, but at the same time, you're being a dick.
Yeah.
But him and Handmaker got into it in the heat. And Handmaker, so off the start. So I think Handmaker was on the inside and Danger was on the outside. And I think Danger probably had like a wheel on him. So they kind of came in and hit, right? And then Handmaker's, I think his handlebars went in like his tire. So like Deegan dragged the whole bike. And then like he's trying to get the bike off and Handmaker ate shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's trying to get the bike, Deegan was good. Trying to get the bike off. So they finally separated it. I think Deegan grabbed Handmaker's bike and just threw it.
Yeah.
And like Handmaker's right there. And then he's all yelling at him and stuff when he came over to try to get his bike. He's all yelling at him. And then after the race, he went to the monster or the Cowie rig trying to find him and say shit.
Oh my
And then
God.
it looked like some adults, like someone's mom or something, was like, dude, get out of here. What are you doing? And stuff like that. So that was that. And then in the main, and I get this one, but at the, he was 8th and he ended up in 7th. He took out that Cody Shock kid.
Yeah.
And then he won his first heat. So that was his first win.
Yeah. Sick.
So he was up there, and I think he's pretty close in points. He was like maybe like 3rd or 4th in points. So, he's doing pretty decent for like kind of a privateer on that mock-off ride. So he takes him out right before the finish line. He finishes in 7th. Turns out that Cody kid broke his shoulder.
Oh no.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
And it was kind of funny because after the race, I think they went up to him trying to like confront him, and he was like not like, I didn't do nothing basically. Yeah. But then earlier you're trying to confront other guys when they didn't do anything either.
Right.
So like when you were the culprit, you're like acting like the victim. Yeah. But then earlier you're trying to be a badass. Yeah. When the kid, it's a racing incident.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of looking like a little dickhead to me, I think. And I get the whole racing with passion. You want to win, and I know he probably wants to win more than most people. But at the same time, like,
it's it's going to be a learning process for him. And I was always the opposite. I was always like afraid, so I was very respectable. Like I never wanted to clean no one out. Yeah. Like I actually hit bars with a dude one time and sent him like into the grandstands, but it was purely an accident. Like outside, inside, double to the finish line, right? And I just doubled it, and we just caught, and I felt like bad for like a week. He was fine, like not like he aired into the stands, just kind of like slid into him. But I hate it. Like I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like racing like that. I don't like having that reputation, and he's young. He's got a lot of pressure on him, so everyone handles pressure different, right? Like he said, if you come near him, he's gonna get pissed, but he can do whatever he wants. Like he's just gonna have to start learning that. Like you can't do it and not expect it back, especially if he starts doing it on the regular to Seth and all these people. Like they're gonna start coming after him. They're not gonna give a shit. Like I don't care if you're in first place in the points. Like you're a dick, And
well, and the problem too, I see it wasn't like last year where like every dude in the top 5 was a Yamaha guy. Right now, Seth and McAdoo are 1 and 2. Yeah. So you kind of mess with one of those guys, the other guy's gonna be there. Right. So
yeah, I don't know. And if he did this kind of stuff in the 450s, dude, he'd be parked nonstop. Like those
Barsha.
Yeah, Barsha would get him.
Yeah,
that's where I do like Barsha.
Anderson
would definitely get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll learn, dude. He's young. He's full of a lot of drive and passion and pressure. It's like all that stuff adds up on you. And sometimes you legit do go into like a blackout mode. Yeah. Like whether it's emotions off the track or doing something stupid on the track. It's like, dude, you're just like so crazy and gung-ho on this, like doing this, but like his dad has learned, his dad's went through some stuff and learned too. So I'm sure they talk about it and like, they're like, dude, you got to calm me down a little bit, right? Like I love that you're going out, like at least he's trying to earn his contract, right? Like we were just talking. It's like he's not out there just to get 4th. He wants to win every race. So he'll get there. Like you said, he's not even 20 years old yet. He's got a lot of, like when I was that age, I was very young mentally. So it's.
Yeah. He did get docked 2 spots because he cut the track. Okay. So he ended up 9th instead of 7th.
Oh, dang.
So that wasn't a good one for him. So right now, who won it? The French kid. Vial.
Vial won it.
Yeah. So let's talk about What's up with the French dudes? They can't kill it.
Yeah, they're just always solid.
Like we got Fernandez, we got Muskin, we got wasn't Eric Sorby French?
Mm-hmm. Jean-Michel Bale.
Yeah,
he was sick, dude.
Tortelli maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, dude, it seems like France produces some good riders.
Honestly, it's just foreigners, dude. Like they're a different mentality than us, right? And they grow up on like hard tracks. Like GPs are, just from what I've never rode one, obviously, but just from what I've seen, they are tough tracks. Mm-hmm. So it's like you get a rutted Supercross track or something, like that's their home. Yeah, you know, like the tougher the better. So.
They got to get used to the Supercross format. Once they do,
yeah. Like what was it, Detroit or wherever, the ruts were just gnarly, you know, or Daytona. It's like, that's why they kind of shine, is like they're kind of used to that stuff.
Well, he won Daytona last week.
Yeah.
And then he just won this weekend. Yeah. This past weekend. So he has the plate now.
Mm-hmm. They're smooth riders. They're very calculated. They're not like a Danger Boy where feet are hanging off and they're just, you know, you rarely ever see like a French rider like out of control. So, and I'm just saying this out of like when we went and rode freestyle, right? Like the Australian guys were crazy. They learned tons of like gnarly stuff.
Yeah.
And then, but when you'd go to like ride like in Switzerland, you know, Germany, France, whatever, it's like these dudes were very calculated riders. Mm-hmm. Some of them were a little squirrely and go for it, but it's like, you know, like Ilo Gout, remember him?
Yeah.
He was like one of like the smoothest, most technical, super quiet dude, but so smooth and like so technical. It's like they have they're a different breed of competitive in that aspect. You know, like Americans were calculated, but were more of like free spirited almost. These dudes are like straight out of the military is how I feel with them. You know, like their personality lacks a little bit here and there, but they're almost like intimidating. Like whenever me and Jones would have to ride like one of those IFMXFs, dude, it's like these dudes like want to kill us. Not personally, you know, but like riding, like you go up to them and I'm like, hey dude, good luck. And they don't like barely look at you. You're like, Jesus, kind of scary, you know? So they're built different. They ride harder tracks, you know, their stamina's already there, you know, like everyone's is at that level. But I'm saying like you ride like a sandy GP track it's like riding Southwick every day.
Yeah.
Like they're built to last, you know, and then like I said, calculated, smooth, and you don't see a whole lot of errors out of them.
Yeah. I mean, that kid didn't even look like he was sweating, you know. I would like a little bit more attention on him. You know, he's a rookie. Well, not a rookie, but he's the same as Danger Boy.
Yeah.
You know, he came in last year as a rookie. I know he's like 20 years old, so he's older than Danger Boy and everything, but he's a champion back home.
Yeah.
GP champion and everything. So it's like, you know, I don't think they're giving him a fair shake as far as like the coverage and stuff. So we'll see how it works out now. But the interesting thing is, remember the first round of the East Coast where they all weeded and McAdoo's sack was hanging out?
Yeah. Awesome.
He was involved in that.
Yeah.
And Deegan came around flipping him off, thinking that he was like the one that started it, basically. So that, I don't know if Vial knows that or he remembers it, but like now going into these next few rounds, if Deegan's up there and now he's up there and he has the red plate, I wonder if he's gonna ride a little bit more aggressive towards him.
Yeah, I don't know, because I'm trying to remember, but watching that, I don't think Tom was the culprit of that or caused it.
No, he wasn't. But he flew into Deegan, I think, because he got hit.
Yeah,
so it was like a domino effect. Yeah. But Deegan came around flipping him off.
And I'm sure, dude, like they had to have watched film on it, and Deegan was probably like, "Oh shit." Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, as far as Tom now, he's going to be like, hey, I ain't, you know, for one, I'm leading the points.
Yeah.
For two, this kid's not going to punk me.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. It's shaping up to be a good series, which is nice, and we'll just have to see. But if I had to pick right now, I would probably pick Tom as like the champion.
Yeah.
Just off what I'm saying, like the smarter, right? Like he's probably okay with third place. Or fourth place.
That's true.
Especially with the red plate, right? Yeah. If McAdoo's in eighth and, you know, Danger Boy crashed or something and Tom's sitting in fourth, it's like I don't think he has the ego to be like, dude, I have to win.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I think McAdoo's the guy that's right there too.
Yeah.
What's his name? Anstie. Mm-hmm. So he had the red plate.
Oh, and his bike blew up or something.
Yeah,
I saw that on the internet.
So I think he's in seventh. So it's not over, but that sucks.
Yeah. The hard thing is if it was McAdoo and Hammaker and like Deegan and those guys, I'd be like, nobody's out of this thing. But like I said, Tom, I don't see Tom really throwing Raceway. I mean, a bike problem could happen. We don't know that, but Max could. But like when you get back to like seventh and eighth, man, you got to go like on a tear and win races. Especially, you know, if McAdoo's third or fourth, you know. But yeah, that sucks because that dude's been around forever.
Yeah.
He was like one of Dang's boys. Like,
yeah,
Dang was like one of the first dudes to work with him.
I met him the first time he came over here. He did X Games. He rode that Supercross.
Yeah.
So I was doing some stuff for Monster, and he was a Monster rider for that. And then Lawrence was on there. So I think it was Lawrence and Anstey, and he was like a little kid. Oh, he wasn't little, but he was like a little teenager kid.
Yeah.
A little skinny dude.
Yeah.
And that was like the first time I met him. And then I remember there was like a lot of hype on him. Rode and kind of got hurt all the time.
Got hurt and kind of fell off the map. Yeah. Like I honestly forgot about him until like the last couple of years, you know? And yeah, so it's always like, I always like the, not no-namers because we know them, right? But like the guys that aren't expected to win, I like when they're up there. Yeah. And it was cool to see him up there. And it sucks that what's going to probably take him out of it is a bike failure. Yeah. That hurts, you know?
And what sucks is that it's also I mean, it could happen to a factory bike. But it happens to be like kind of a privateer thing.
Yeah, a little lower budget. Yeah.
And during his interview, he was very like professional about it. And what I did notice is that like I think 3 times he mentioned, thanks to my team, they kill it and stuff. Because obviously everyone's probably like, dude, what'd your team do? Like your mechanic, like what the hell, Because it wasn't like a gnarly thing. Like maybe at one of those mutters that could happen to his bike, but it's like a normal track. Yeah. And he was doing pretty good. He was ahead of Deegan and going up in the ranks there, and then his bike just like blows up.
Yeah. And, like props to him for being respectful because the mechanic feels worse than you do. I guarantee it 100%, and shit happens, dude. Like you're riding a powerful machine, that has a lot of moving parts. It's like the mechanic probably didn't even slip up. It's just sometimes, something in the motor doesn't mesh and dude, it's not going to work, you know? So you can't, on TV, you can't be hateful. Even in the rig, I'm sure he's not yelling at his mechanic, but he's pissed off. Yeah. Right? Because that cost him probably a pretty good shot at the title. So, but yeah, it's like you don't need to put salt in the wound. Like, trust me, anything you say on TV, the mechanic already feels twice as bad. Yeah. So, like, that's good to hear that he was kind of like respectful towards him.
Yeah. I mean, I think he brought it up like 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My team's been killing it. Like, shout out to them, stuff like that. So,
and honestly, no rider would tell you this, but like at the beginning of the season, he probably didn't think he was even going to be in the position he's in. So, I mean, for him to have the red plate even is like, that's pretty cool. So his season's still a success, kind of no matter what happens. It just probably hurts a little knowing that the class is a little squirrely and, like Deegan's winning and then getting 8th or 9th, and then, like I said, McAdoo, his track record, he's doing killer this year, but he's had a track record of throwing it away here and there. Yeah. It's like, you probably saw like, man, I just need to stay right here and I have a good shot at it, and then get dead last. And you're like, well, shit, that's that,
Yeah. DNF. Yeah.
Yep.
Another cool one was Jalik Swole. I think it was Hymas. I think it was one of the Honda dudes, but he punted him, dude.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It was cool. But because I didn't watch, I guess in the heat they got together and the other guy took out Jalik pretty good.
Okay.
So that was like payback. Oh, yeah. And it was funny because everyone was saying, like, Ricky was like, dude, I mean, we got a memory. Yeah. That's gonna happen. And he came up to him, dude, and he like, it wasn't sorry. Yeah. It was like, don't do that again. Yeah. So that I don't know if he got like anything point stocked or anything like that, but that was deliberate. Like he was doing it on purpose, but it was pretty cool.
Sometimes the A-man needs to look back and be like, okay, he's retaliating out of what happened. You know? Because like,
and the dude didn't get hurt. Yeah. But it was a good one, dude.
Yeah. Dude, it feels so good. Like I did that to McNeil second to last X Games I rode. Because Byton had just hit my brake pedal the year before when I was going for my 4th gold. So I was pretty livid about that because I trained all summer to make it a quarter of a lap in speed style, So I'm pissed. And so next year, 14, we go to Austin. And I'm like, this is the one time I'm actually like seeing blood. Like I want to beat all these guys really bad because I was pissed about the year before. So I win my first qualifier against Bamberg. And then the second one, dude, like I'm inside gate. And I'm against Jared McNeil, and he's young, because he was a racer too. So I think me and him had like this racer stigma to us. So like, who's going to be better, So I whole shot him out of the inside, I'm on the inside. And as I go to make the turn, I hear him square off, and he just slams me, like right in my brake pedal again, like right where Byton hit me. Dude ripped every buckle off my boot.
Your back brake?
Yeah. Okay. Like he kind of came in like right at my foot peg, rips all my buckles off my boot. So I'm riding the whole qualifier with like basically half my boot hanging on. So he hits me and he gets me and like you double into like a right-hander, dude. And he doubles and like kind of goes outside and I doubled and went straight and just T-boned him, punted him.
And he went down?
Oh yeah, hard. Yeah. Like you said, not hurting him. I mean, we were going pretty slow, but it felt so good. And I love Jared. I'm not bagging on him, but just at that time, after what Byton did to me, it was like anyone that wanted to try that again, I didn't care.
Yeah.
And I didn't turn at all.
Was that your last speeding style event?
Second to last. It was my last gold.
You got a gold that year?
Yeah, but it felt so good, dude. And then I came in, dude, and he's like, "Oh, pretty aggressive move, mate." And I'm like, "Yeah, look at my leg, dude. Like you almost wrapped my whole leg in your front wheel, you know." And I was not training all summer again to get taken out.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then like the referees and stuff come over and they're like, "We're gonna review the tape. You might be DQ'd." And I'm like, "DQ me." I'm like, my buddy didn't get DQ'd for snapping my brake pedal off last year, and then I get hit again. And they look and they're all, "Okay, just try not to do that." Anyway, I won't. Like I'm not out there to do that to anyone, but dude, it was weird. It like sparked me. It felt good.
Oh yeah,
it felt sick.
That's cool that you're. I mean, I know when you're riding, like your mind works a lot faster and stuff, but like that you went into rage real quick, and then just the very next turn, you're like, "All right, fuck it." You know,
yeah. And I can still see like his number plate where I hit it. It just felt so good, and it didn't even fit like because he's a little dude. Like he was turning and I went straight and hit him, and he went like I just saw his legs go flying. I'm like, nah, I'm relieved now.
I'm gonna have to pull that up. I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was the second heat right before the final. So
that was in Austin, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but didn't get DQ'd. Won my last gold medal, and all was good. Mm-hmm. And I feel good. Look at how excited I just got talking about it. I'm like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's a good story. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So Supercross going to Indy this weekend. We'll see what happens. Should be good.
Got the Players Championship on. Mm-hmm. I'll be in St. George golfing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what you got something going on?
Yeah, going back to Utah just for my buddies. Well, it's actually like my dad's good friend. Mm-hmm. His son's in college in St. George now, and he golfs. I think he's on like a golf team or something. So he wanted to go see him, and it's just them two. So we made a foursome. So we're gonna go down and golf with him, and it's supposed to be 70.
You get to play somewhere exclusive because of him?
No, but we're playing Sand Hollow, which I've played before. It's a beautiful course. And then I think it's Copper Rock is the next course. Mm-hmm. Both really nice courses and a little high end, but not like private or nothing, you know. Mm-hmm. So looking forward to it. Get out of town again, get some 70-degree weather. I'm going to make my tomahawk here probably in a night or two. Send you a picture.
Dude, next week's supposed to be in the 60s here all week.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a little golf?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to party or golf?
That comes with golf.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do pod. I expect the golf day with you.
Maybe we'll do pod straight into golf.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
When do you get back? This weekend? Like Sunday?
I think we get back Sunday. Okay. I think we're golfing Friday, Saturday. Yeah. Okay. So
yeah, we could do that one of the days next week. Pod and then golf.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I ran into your landscaper friend
Shane
yesterday. He said, "Bitch, tell that bitch." Well, he didn't call me a bitch. He said, "You're a bitch." He said, "Bitch, pay me my money," he said.
No.
Yeah.
What money?
He said he trimmed your bush. Wink, wink.
On vacation?
Yeah, and I was like,
dang. I thought it was a little different down there.
Okay. I didn't know you guys swing that way.
Yeah, I'll Venmo him.
But he did say he's going to be working on your backyard. Mm-hmm. So you're not moving no more.
Mm-mm. No.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to elaborate.
No, we, me and the parents just kind of rallied our heads together, and like I've got pretty good equity on this place. Doing like my backyard and stuff has a chance to, progress the equity.
Hell yeah.
They kind of are in the thing like when my grandma does pass, like maybe they sell and get like a motorhome and do like the real like old people's thing where you just go travel around.
Really?
Yeah. So
I can see your mom doing that, but pops, I don't.
But my dad loves driving like motorhomes. Uh-huh. Like when he did my motorhome for tours, he loves that. So I think if they got a good setup and like
that'd be sick.
Go golf in the South in the winters and stuff, and dude, like I would.
Hey, Pops, where you at? I'm in Florida.
Yeah.
I'll be there. You just fly there.
Oh, I would too.
Sick.
Yeah, and I'll keep like the home base so they can pull into the backyard or whatever. But we just started talking. It's just I want them to take that money, even though the property would go to me if they kept it. I would rather them take that money and go have fun.
They're gonna be rich.
Yeah, and it's like if I sell, because this is basically like my last big invest, like tangible asset, And it's like if I sell this, build out there. And then they decide they want to sell, or I decide I want to move away. It's like, how do we start splitting that up?
Yeah.
And we just kind of all agreed. And it's, the Carson Valley sucks for work. A lot of people, like, if they have one job, they're overwhelmed. So it's like getting anyone to like help me with it. It was just, everything was just kind of like red flagging to me.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so I want to work on this place a little bit because I did kind of not want to sell it with the backyard the way it is because the grass is half dead. And so, yeah, Shane's going to come work on that. Keep the equity going. I think in 3 years I'll have this place paid off, and just a lot of stuff like that. And I'm like,
Dude, sitting pretty. Yeah. So you already have a plan of what you want to do in the backyard?
We're just doing the lawn. Like it's not going to be some crazy landscape. And I just legit want to like we're going to curb it all in, get the tree roots out of it, all that stuff. And just get the lawn going for now. And then, obviously down the road, kind of start working on like retaining walls, planters, something like that. Mm-hmm. But the lawn drives me nuts. Like if I had to sell tomorrow and the lawn was just done, I'd be fine. Mm-hmm. But like right now with it, like, because the tree roots have killed like all the sprinklers.
Yeah.
So it's like half the lawn's super green and then half right next to it's dead, so I just want to get that all updated.
Okay.
I'm an adult, dude. I'm mature.
Yeah. Yeah. And we still get to keep our podcast studio.
Our pod studio, yeah. I still think we should work on a bigger one here soon, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm in the works on that.
Once we get that millions that we don't get, we'll be good.
Yeah.
Bitcoin's going up. Maybe I can get it.
Dude, I got some Ethereum, Bitcoin, Doge, Cardano.
Yeah. Kim Cardano.
Shiba.
Oh.
I got everything.
Nice.
Not looking so good still.
What?
I mean, it's gone up a little bit, but
crypto's a fishy thing.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say. You don't lose until you sell.
Yeah.
So I'll never sell and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. If we still lose, who cares?
Yeah.
We still have fun.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit a like, subscribe to this, tell your friends. What I've noticed about human beings is when you listen to a band, you're like, especially if you're the first, you're like, oh, I was the first to like listen to that and I put them on and stuff like that. Well, do that with this podcast.
Come on, man.
Tell your friends like, I'm so cool because I listened to this and you guys didn't even know about it. And I'm putting you on. So be the cool guy. Tell your baby mama.
Do it for us. Do it for us.
And that's about it.
Okay. Until next time.
Until next time.
Peace.